Hello, fellow-litas. Today I'm finally going to be getting to something that I have been putting off for so long and have wanted to open for so long. This week over on my Instagram, I asked y'all if you would prefer another Metamorphose unboxing or if you wanted to see something from Lady Sloth, because I have both in my pile. Overwhelmingly, y'all wanted to see Lady Sloth, so that is what we are going to do today. And if you want in on future video polls, please do follow me on Instagram at Ellie Vyra Wrestling. I will occasionally post things there, along with coordinate photos, pictures of me making faces, cats, wrestling stuff. There's a bunch of stuff over there. Last week, I threw out my back something fierce and I'm still recovering, so today's video might not be up to the usual standard. I'm going to be trying to power through it and get through things quickly because I am in a lot of pain every time I sit down, so things won't be as detailed as they usually are. My back just hurts so much I can't really sit here and talk all about measurements and stuff, but we will go over both of these dresses today and we are going to try them both on, and so we'll at least be getting to see what is in this box and I can take it off of my pile where it has been since like springtime? So yes, this box is from Lady Sloth, and for those who may not know, they are a very size-inclusive Polish indie brand. I'm a huge fan of their blouses. I've really enjoyed some of their prints, and today I'm going to open this box, which has two different Macaron prints with accessories, and a blouse which I will be saving for my future blouse bonanza. Y'all want the blouse bonanza? It is coming. We're just gonna take more blouses out of these packages, and when we have them all assembled, we'll do the bonanza. Always pains me to have to decapitate this Sloth. So the two Macaron prints represented in this box are my lovely Macarons in the mint colorway and my spooky Macarons in the orange colorway. Just in time for Halloween. It is October now, we are getting spooky. Here is the blouse I was telling y'all about. It's the princess mesh blouse. I already have this in pink and now I've got it in white because I was really looking for something with princess sleeves. We will get to you sometime. And here we have both Macaron dresses. Now again, since I bought these back in February, my measurements have changed a bit. They're both size XXL, but I don't know if those will continue to fit me, so let's cross our fingers. Here is the lovely Macarons. And I also got the beret for both of them. I am a big fan of Lady Sloth berets. They match the print perfectly. This one came with some bows. And here is the dress, which right away I am going to move to the lower button. Lord knows I need every inch I can get for straps. Also came with extra buttons and two colorways of the sash and front bow in chiffon as well. I appreciate the options, and I especially appreciate that the options are consistent between the dress and the beret. So according to the stock photos, there are a lot of things that you can do with this particular pin-on bow, such as putting it right smack in the middle, or clipping it off to the side, or on one of the straps. So we'll keep our options open there and just focus on the dress for now. It can also be worn with or without a sash belt, which could help define the waist a bit. This JSK is pretty high-waisted, so I think I might want to end up doing that. And now the spooky one! The other beret, which came with a little baddie bow. And this one also came with buttons. And once again, the spooky version did come with a front bow, which is pin-on, and you can stick it here, or here, or here, or here. Or I suppose you could even put it in the beret, whatever. And a solid sash for this one. Okay, I'm actually gonna do this part standing up because my lower back was really killing me just sitting in the chair. It's been one of those chronic pain days, and I have them from time to time, and it's just, we're gonna deal with it, we're gonna keep on filming. Here we have the two JSKs side by side, and they do look pretty similar at a glance in some ways, but I wanted to point out the areas in which they are different, and I wanted to talk about what that might mean in terms of difference in fit. So first off, the lovely Macaron's dress does have a sweetheart neckline, whereas the spooky Macarons has a straight across neckline, which has been accented by this really adorable, super unique lace, which includes includes, oh no, it includes crosses. I did not see that before, and I am a little bummed as a Jewish person, but in the context of them being on graves in a graveyard, it's excusable. This lace is definitely a Lady Sloth custom lace. It's got little LS symbols on some of the graves, and the pumpkins are so adorable, and they're little ghosts. So the immediate impression of the bodices, while they would have the same patterning, do come across as very different in styling. Same goes for these straps up top. They are both just simple fabric straps, but this one is a solid black, which is a different texture of fabric than the main fabric of this dress. And this one uses the same fabric as the body of the dress, so it seems like a natural continuation instead of a contrast. Speaking of the fabric, the spooky version has a much more coarse texture. It's sort of got this raised woven quality to it, which I'm not sure is showing up on camera, but is really lovely to touch. Whereas this is much smoother and it is much lighter. Now both dresses do have the same skirt style as well as bodice style, but they do have a little bit of difference between them. Holding them up, you can see that the spooky version skirt is actually a little bit longer. The lovely version has a shorter skirt with a lining that includes branded lace, but the branded lace here is attached right to the outer layer, which also just happens to be longer. Now there is a lining on the spooky version as well, it just doesn't have the lace attached. The overall impression therefore is that the lovely version has an underskirt layer and that the spooky version just has a lace trim. Both dresses have belt loops on their sides, and here is the view from the back. Both of them have 1/3 back shirring, which is about a quarter shirring overall, and on both the shirring is very tight but very forgiving. From experience, the default pattern for Lady Sloth's princess seams is really great on my bust to under bust ratio, so I have high hopes for these dresses. And both of these dresses also finish with side zippers, and these aren't those like flimsy, very hard to manipulate invisible zippers. They are much more substantial. Here's that brand tag. And they both do have a little bit of extra space in their straps if I needed to move one or more of the buttons down further, which I might. I mean, it's always a possibility. And the last thing I wanted to point out was that both of these dresses have expertly placed pockets. So once again, Lady Sloth's dresses are very simple and clean and crisp in construction, but what makes them really incredible is the illustration of the prints. I am sadly very allergic to nuts and cannot eat macarons, but before I realized that the almonds were what were causing my initial reaction, I did really love them. I love the taste of almond flour and marzipan, and of course they are the cutest dessert in the entire world. So although I would not actually be able to eat these illustrations, they are very cute, and I know that they would be delicious if I could digest them properly. The lovely version is clearly more sweet Lolita styled, with some of the macarons being rather simple and just solid color or decorated with an LS. There are scattered almonds and little cookies, but what makes this print especially wonderful are the little lambs and the bear faces and the puppy dogs and the bees and the mice. It's so cute, and the spooky one is not a locate and replace kind of one-to-one difference. There are different elements that are unique to the spooky one that don't have an equivalency in the lovely one. So while the artwork for some pieces are exactly the same and just slightly recolored, such as this teal colored macaron, which has pink filling here and purple filling here, this version does have different things going for it, such as little cookies that are shaped like spider webs, instances of the word boot, candy corn instead of almonds, and the special decorations on the macaron characters is also very different. We've got a bat that's making this face. We've got a very surprised ghost, a sweet little mummy, a pumpkin. And here, instead of just an LS simplifying the logo, we have an actual Lady Sloth cursive writing macaron right here. So, did I really need to buy 2 macaron themed dresses when I can't even eat macarons? I don't really know. Each style has a lot of elements going for it that made it so hard to choose between these two prints. And once again, I felt like I just had to try them both out and see if either of them spoke to me more. So, assuming these fit me, here is what I am going to do. I definitely don't have time to do 3 cords for each of these, but I do want to try to put together a sort of mirror image matching complementary cord for each of these pieces. Starting with sweet and then going to spooky, I'm going to use the same blouse in 2 different colorways. I'm going to use the belt, bow, and beret the same way on both of these cords, using as many budget, off-brand, and handmade pieces as possible for consistency. I'm going to keep my hair and makeup the same, and I don't have enough accessories to do like a direct 1-to-1 ratio, but I am going to try to use similar and complementary accessories on both cords. The idea is essentially to twin with myself across these 2 different prints. And I have zero clue how this is going to go, so we will have to wait and see. See you in a moment, and I will be a lovely macaron. Well, great news. The smaller of the 2 dresses, by virtue of having a shorter skirt, does fit me, and therefore I will call this a win and throw together my first cord with this adorable sweet print. Because the spooky version only came with black accent bows, I decided I was going to put the white accents on this lovely version. And as such, I have chosen to pair it with white as the primary color. Let's break down the cord. My beret and dress are of course from the My Lovely Macarons release from Lady Sloth, but my wrist cuffs are also by Lady Sloth. They are the charming cumulus wrist cuffs. But while the lace they use is different from the custom lace on the bottom of this JSK, I think the LS and the overall design and color is a very good match, so I'm happy with how they coordinate together. My white irregular drape sleeve blouse is by Centauro, affiliate link in the description. My lace necklace is handmade. My long macaron necklace is by BB&B Deco, and I could not resist putting more macarons into this coordinate. My petticoat is the standard A-line petticoat from Me Likes Tea. My striped thigh-high stockings are from We Love Color, and my shoes are from Bodyline. Just doing this coordinate has taken a lot out of me, to be honest, but in spite of having a really bad health day, I am feeling very adorable, very gorgeous, and I do so love this print on me. Oh my gosh. Now, I did get the smaller of the 2 options for the beret size, and I might be regretting that a little bit. I have the Tea Time at Grandma's beret as well, and I thought measuring it that the small was the version that I had, but now I'm not really sure, and it might just be because I got my hair cut and it was all straightened from yesterday, but it seems to be slipping around on my head quite a bit. I feel like I'm about to enter some sort of Candyland Army Corps because of the way that this beret was just kind of naturally prone to draping on my head, but I kind of dig that, I can't lie. I do really love the way that I look in a beret, and it always takes things in a military direction for me, so it is what it is. I have so many macaron necklaces and I could not decide what to wear, but I settled on this one because I thought that the blue of the macaron was actually quite close to the mint in the print, and that the pink strawberry picked up a lot of the pink in the print, so I thought of all of my options, it was probably the strongest one. And as far as the fit goes, I'm actually shocked at how far down the waistline on this comes. I think I might still want to move the button on the strap down a little bit more to get the waistline even closer to my natural waist, but overall, I really don't have any complaints. It's Lady Sloth. It's worth the money. We knew this was going to happen. We knew this was going to be fabulous. I'm so glad that the sizing is flexible and accommodating enough that even though I gained a substantial amount of weight and bulk since I ordered it, I can still make it fit. So yeah, kind of digging this. But also, I am very low energy today, and I already feel my back starting to hurt again despite the standing up, so I'm going to take this off, I'm going to stretch, and then I'm going to get spooky. And just like that, I have gone from super sweet to super spooky. Many of the components of this coordinate are identical, but in a different color to the other coordinate. And as I mentioned before, I chose white for that first coordinate's accent color, because this coordinate had to go black for its accent accent color. So starting off with the elements that are the same, the JSK and beret are from Lady Sloth's My Spooky Macaron series. Once again, I've got an irregular drape sleeve blouse by Centauro, but this time it's in black. My smaller, more subtle macaron necklace is also by BB&B with a handmade choker ribbon. I'm also wearing the same Me Likes Tea petticoat, but in addition to my bodyline cabriole shoes in black, I have swapped out my Lady Sloth wrist cuffs for some bodyline wrist cuffs in black, and my thigh-high vertical stripe tights are by Leg Avenue, though they are over 10 years old at this point, so I am not sure if they are still in production. And lastly, I did throw some extra hair clips on with this beret. These are from the Lolita collective, and they are the cutest little purple skeleton hand hair clips. I was having a hard time getting the beret to stay in one place, and so instead of just using regular bobby pins, I decided to go a little extra and be a little more spooky, bringing in some of the purples from this cord. Weirdly enough, I feel like this dress is a little bit shorter feeling on me than the other one, and I can't tell if it's because I just put my petticoat back on in a slightly different position, or if having the lace on the bottom of the lining layer makes a big difference in comparison to having it on the outer shell layer of the skirt, but it just felt shorter to me. For better or for worse, this dress is definitely a lot warmer than the other one, and I think that has a lot to do with the fabric choice. That said, for fall, I gotta say I love this heavier fabric. The texture just feels more luxurious, and it definitely is more wrinkle resistant than whatever this other one's made out of. So I hope that in the future, when Lady Sloth releases more prints, they make a point of telling us which kind of fabric is going to be used. Maybe they already have and I just didn't notice it, but it would be great to make an informed decision one way or the other. My back is basically at pain capacity. My back is killing me. It has been getting worse and worse throughout filming, and instead of stopping like a sane person, I have decided to power through. So I will end this by saying that both of these dresses are totally plus size friendly. I would definitely give them 5 out of 5 biceps, and in fact, I would give them each a double bicep. For the first time, we've got a double bicep, people! And the difference maker is not just the cut and the shape of the bodice, which accommodates my bust so well, but it's the fact that it has pockets. Both of these dresses have pockets, and therefore they are perfect. Okay, now I'm sitting on my desk because I feel like that is actually a lot more comfortable and not as low to the ground as my usual chair, so this is how we are finishing out the video. I'm not going to apologize for the quality of this video in comparison to others. I think I did as good a job as I could manage considering the amount of pain that I am in. It happens. This is just part of my life that I have to deal with. I feel like any video is better than no video, so I hope y'all agree. I don't think I really have a favorite cord between the two. It's like being asked to choose between your children. They're both adorable, and of course there are things that I like more about one than the other and vice versa, but I really could not choose between these two dresses if I had to. So please let me know in the comments which vibe was more your vibe. And if you did like this video or find something redeeming in it, like if you found it helpful or if you found it entertaining in some way, please do give it a thumbs up to help me out with the YouTube algorithm. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I tried making a community post on YouTube and it only reached about 10% of my subscribers, so please do also follow me on Instagram because that is a much better place to find updates from me, since I can't count on YouTube to get you the information you need at any given time. Alright, I'm gonna go take a long hot shower and some Tylenol. I have been Ellie Vyra, a plus size, tall, and swole Lolita with a very, very painful back, and I really appreciate you sticking with me through this video and making it worth me toughing it out through my back pain to make it. You are very awesome. Okay. Bye. Ha.